It took 2 days to destroy the life of my abusive mother. We had a long story, of course. I cut my contacts with her 6 years ago and just disappeared. I got in contact with my niece, let's call her Eva, 18 years old, a while ago. My mother, Hope, 63 years old, became her caregiver some time after I left. Now Eva lives with me and my husband. Eva chose to help her grandmother, my mother, financially even after she moved away from her. I didn't get involved with it. As I've told, it's her choice. Eva has left her cash card to Hope under one simple condition. Hope should notify her if she is going to put or withdraw cash from her card. Hope was free to buy anything she needed with the card. The only thing she has to do is notifying whether she wanted to use the card in other financial operations. Eva was regularly putting money on the card. Shivi also paid Hope's rent for a year in advance, because my mother cannot afford rent and could turn homeless without help. My mother have fucked me up when I was young and trying to help her, so I refused to get involved with it, and my siblings refused too because of her behavior. Hope was abusing Eva's help for a while with not notifying her, and Eva knew about it. She wasn't okay with it, of course, but let it slip until yesterday. It turned out that Hope gave Eva's card to the third person for free use, including putting and withdrawing cash. Eva wrote her asking what the fuck and why is she using her card this way without asking. Hope used her best strategy. She blamed Eva for being an asshole. She said that she had no choice. One of the things Hope have said to her that if Eva really mean to help her, then she should shut up and do it without words and conditions and that Eva doesn't have a right to complain. Shivi also said that Eva is free to betray her and leave as me and my siblings did after we used her, including one of my older brothers who hadn't even lived with her from the age of 11, and Hope never did a thing for him since. We've had a long conversation with Eva after that. I once again explained that all of this is not Eva's fault and that my mother was always been like that. I wasn't even surprised for the answer Eva has got. I've got similar answers when I was younger. Hope didn't change at all. Next day, Eva told Hope that she is still waiting apologies. She told Hope a ton of things about violation of their agreement, about her manipulations, about her not listening and not caring for people who was trying their best to support her, which is why they are leaving her all the time. She pointed out that the current problem is that Hope is crossing all the boundaries set and that not knowing about what is happening with her bank card can put Eva in serious trouble, especially the giving the card away. I've seen screenshots, and after reading all of that, I believe that Eva tried her best to explain Hope her position. All that Hope said was, "I understood. You are blaming me for being a terrible person and I don't want to fight. Go away. Live your life. Feel free to not care about me anymore. I will better be homeless than be treated like that." Now Eva had blocked her card and neither Hope nor the third person cannot use it. Eva will also not pay for rent anymore, so in July Hope will need to find a place to live in. Eva also called all the relatives who had supported my mother. They are shocked and will never help her anymore as the things Hope told them was completely different, but apparently Hope was like that from the young age. They didn't know how Hope had been treating her children and grandchildren, and they thought that in her 50s Hope have finally settled down and matured. They gave Eva their full support and they advised her to run away, cut Hope off and never cross with her again. They are going to stay in touch with Hope as she is their sister, but they will never believe her again. They have also asked about me. I lived with them when I was a child and I never called them since I turned 18, which is a different story, and I am the only person to blame. I love them, but I also didn't want to harm them, and I actually never believed they would trust me as Hope did insane things to me and my siblings which they didn't know about. I've got their number from Eva, and I'm going to call them this Saturday and talk it all through. Hope have befriended some of my school teachers I was close when I was a teen, and I'm going to find their phones and talk to them too. I do not know if this will work, but also I don't want Hope to use them as no one from her family will support her anymore. I'm enraged for all the things she told to Eva. So in 2 days Hope have lost her family and her house. Not now, but in the future for sure. I will also try to make her to lose her friends so she would have no one to turn to in need. And to know what? She deserved it for years of abuse. It took me a long time for figuring out what can I do, but we will make her completely destroyed for all that she've done. I'm not sorry for that, and I'm pretty sure right now that I'm doing the right thing. I don't want Eva to be as broken as I am, This sounds like borderline personality disorder, and from what I've observed, they cannot accept any accountability for their actions. Hope made a mistake by giving the card to someone else, but immediately tried to flip it on Eva instead of acknowledging she made a mistake and actually apologizing. I thought that she could be borderline when I was younger. That sounds insane, but the problem is that she doesn't have real emotions. She is completely calm all the time unless you tell her that some of her actions caused harm. OT if you feel hurt because of something she did. Then she acts hurt, and in a moment after the fight, she is completely calm again. She doesn't have mood swings too, and sometimes she hurt people just for her fun. I mean, insulting or ridicule a person in their face and not stopping until she sees their reaction. Then acting hurt and blaming the person for their reaction. Then being calm and a bit glad. I've never seen her happy or sad or remorseful, and I lived with her for years. And I understand how you can see her current actions as a mistake. But she did the worst mistakes in the past, fully knowing that her actions will cause dire consequences. She just doesn't give a fuck. And I think that her response about shutting up and helping her without other words so she could do the things she wants if that help was pretty honest. Definitely sounds like she deserved to lose access to the card. Insane that Eva ever allowed that in the first place. But I think this barely qualifies as revenge at all, let alone nuclear revenge. Nuclear revenge would have been getting her arrested for fraud. Eva really tried to help, and this was the only thing she could think of without the necessity seeing my mom on a regular basis. I offered that, but this will backfire. It's not safe in my country to have a relative who was arrested or in jail. Could be impossible to find a decent job after that. So as far as nobody outside of family will charge her, nobody will do anything. So the most revengeful thing we could do right now, to cut her off and to make sure everybody else does it too, both out of spite and because the woman is insane,